right, Monty, welcome to episode 212 of the podcast. How you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. A lot of things I want to talk about regarding Saatchi and what you guys are doing with art and NFTs and all that kind of stuff. But before we do, tell me a little bit more about yourself. What's your background? What's your story? How'd you kind of end up where you are now?
So right now I'm the manager of art advisory and curation at Saatchi Art, and I've been with the company for just under 4 years now. I started as an intern and worked my way up through the curation team to being the current manager. And prior to this, I had been working in sales at the Real Real, which is like an online luxury consignment marketplace. So doing, estate management for clients, and then I did a little bit of work in creative content production.
Cool. I like the Real Real. I've used that before. It's a nice little
It
app.
it's great. It's a really great place if you're, looking to get some cool clothes or bags, shoes. They have jewelry and stuff. They're pretty neat.
Yeah, a marketplace like that is something that definitely needs NFTs, actually. I need to get them on the podcast. That'd be pretty cool.
That's interesting. Yeah, the NFT could be like, a verification of
Mhm.
authenticity for the given, you know, article of clothing or bag or whatever.
Yeah, it's actually getting pretty popular in the luxury fashion world.
Hmm.
Wanting to use NFTs or something similar with blockchain to verify luxury goods, products, handbags, clothes, stuff like that for secondary sales. And I think it's going to be a pretty big part of the NFT world eventually. So I think,
Absolutely. And we're seeing so many brands getting into metaverse fashion and things like
mhm.
that too. So your luxury garment will have a life in IRL as well as the digital world.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Be able to take whatever you have in the real life, like if you had like a really cool jacket or a really cool handbag, and then bring that into the metaverse and walk around with it.
Absolutely.
That'd be pretty cool. Okay, tell me more about what you guys are doing with Saatchi. First of all, like what is it that you guys are doing? What's kind of the goal that you're trying to accomplish here? More or less in a nutshell.
Sure. So just to introduce Saatchi Art, we are the world's leading online art gallery for emerging artists. And what we do is create a platform where artists who are located anywhere in the world are able to list their work for sale. And then we work with collectors and help them find work that they love. So we're really creating this connection between collectors and artists to help artists make a living doing what they love, which is creating. And we have recently gotten into NFTs. We have a really
Mhm.
exciting project that's launching this week. And getting into NFTs for Saatchi Art is really an evolution of our mission to support emerging artists. Obviously, NFTs are a really fantastic new technology that has so many benefits for creators. And for us, we really wanted to introduce this element into what we already do because it's so in line with what our current mission is.
Yeah, what can you tell us about this upcoming project ahead of time, or can you not really spill any beans at all?
Oh no, I'd love to talk about it.
Okay.
It's called The Other Avatars, and what it is a project. Are we familiar with Avatar collectible projects?
Hmm.
Do you want me? Okay, great.
Yeah.
So it's an Avatar collectible project, but instead of a generative project, meaning that the visuals are created by an algorithm, it's the collective work of 154 artists who are working together. So we have artists who are coming from 35 different countries. The majority of them are making their first ever NFTs with us. And what they're all doing is working to a brief to create avatars. And then, all of their work is getting put together into one large collection.
Got it. So are these avatars the NFT themselves, or are you guys accessorizing them, or what's the goal?
Yes, the avatars are the NFT themselves. So
Okay.
each avatar, it's very artfully created, right? All of the avatars are based on the self-portraits of Vincent van Gogh, and we
Hmm.
chose Van Gogh because he was a really great figurehead for representing not only emerging artists who are living and working today, but also telling that story of being underappreciated during your time, which really I think resonates with what NFTs are experiencing in terms of getting accepted by the mainstream. So yeah, we loved the idea of including Vincent, and his work is all within the public domain. So it allowed us to involve artists who are not only portraiture or figurative artists, but also artists who maybe have a more abstract practice or they work in street art. So we have all of these resources and materials for them to integrate into their avatars, and everybody is creating them in their own style and giving them their own unique spin.
Nice. Where can people go to buy these when these come out? Just on the Saatchi website, or is there another place they should go?
Yeah, saatchiart.com/NFT has all of the information that anybody would need. I would recommend going there, checking it out, getting on the reservation list for the pre-sale, which is happening on the 21st of January. And you can also jump into our Discord to interact with artists, get to know them a little bit better, talk to the curation team, chat with the rest of the team. We're doing artist interviews. We have some webinars going on to talk more about the project and show some sneak previews of the artworks themselves. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool. It does sound like a lot of fun. Is this going to be something that will branch out outside just the NFT as well, possibly with the avatars maybe being something that you could use in like the metaverse, or along those lines, or have you even thought that far?
We have some ideas in terms of utility. Obviously,
Hmm.
what we want to do is really create a thriving community of collectors at Saatchi Art who are not only interested in traditional art, but also in digital art and NFTs. So for our NFT token holders, we are looking at ways to introduce benefits such as being able to get access to tickets to the other art fair, which happens in various cities around the world a couple of times a year, having access to work with curators, getting pre-sale opportunities for when we have our catalog launch, for instance, or if we're doing a specific exhibition. So we do want to definitely add more value, but primarily the work itself is going to be the big draw.
Okay, got it. This other thing I wanted to ask too, are you guys exclusively and completely online, or have you guys done any physical real world exhibitions or meetups or displays, or anything along those lines?
Yeah, we are primarily an online art gallery. So if you go to saatchiart.com, there like just you show up and there is just so much art to look at. It's incredible. And we offer art advisory services so that we work with collectors who are maybe looking for something specific or want a hand, figuring out what they like. But we do have a partner fair, the other art fair, as I just mentioned, and these fairs take place in the UK, in London, Sydney and Melbourne in Australia. We're expanding to Canada. And then we also have fairs in the US in Brooklyn, Chicago, Dallas, and Los Angeles. And it's really, really exciting for many of the Saatchi Art artists to be able to come and show at the fair, and then for collectors to, who maybe have purchased on Saatchi Art or maybe they've never really purchased art before at all, to come to the fair and meet with these artists and talk to them. If you've ever been to an art fair, it can be a little bit intimidating. Often it's a gallerist that's representing an artist, and you don't get the opportunity to interact with that artist and learn more about their practice and hear their story. But that's exactly what we're about at the other art fair.
Got it. I think I've been to an art fair at least once in LA, a long while ago. But they're kind of fun. They're kind of cool. What else are you guys using NFTs for? Are you just this project implementing NFTs, or do you want to use it more broadly across your guys' platform? Because you guys curate and bring together a lot of art and artists. I imagine it might be a natural direction for you guys to go.
Yeah, I think we have really big plans when it comes to thinking about the future and how we can integrate NFTs into our offering. Right now, we're starting out with these drops as a way to help onboard more artists into the space, teach them about NFTs, get them really confident so that they can go out there and do their own projects and create their own one-of-ones, for instance. But this is all really part of our ultimate plan, which is to integrate NFTs into our marketplace so that artists are able to sell both their physical works and their NFTs online side by side. And as a collector, you can show up to Saatchi Art and purchase physical work in an NFT in sort of a one checkout cart experience.
If you're a new artist and you want to get started using Saatchi and displaying your art or being involved in some kind of way, What's the best route for them to do that?
So we're an open platform, which means that any artist anywhere is able to create a profile, list their works available for sale online. So I absolutely welcome all new artists who are interested in working with us to do that. If you need help, we have a really helpful support team that's available. And you can also always contact the curators. We love to talk to you and help you get set up. And we're reachable at curator@saatchiart.com.
Cool. What about on the other side of the coin? What if you're a collector and you see something cool on Saatchi website and you're like, oh, I want to buy that. How can you buy it? Do you have to have a profile? Is it just digital artwork or is it also physical artwork? What kind of what does that entail?
Yeah, so same thing. If you ever need help and you're interested in getting assistance buying art, you can reach out to us. Again, curator@saatchiart.com. We also have like a little quiz. If you go to the site, there's a button that says Art Advisory, and you can take the quiz and tell us what you're looking for. And we are primarily selling physical work. So photographers may be offering limited edition prints of their work. We have painters who are creating, works from 5 by 5 inches to 100 inches square. So yes, we do have a ton of options sort of for anybody who, whatever you might be looking for, we can find something for you.
Do you guys do any kind of like warehousing or storing of the artwork so that maybe if there's a collector that buys it that doesn't want to transport it or ruin it or have a security problem, they can just leave it with you guys potentially or leave it with someone that does hold on to it, like a third party? Is that an option?
We don't do any storage. All of the work is going to be shipping directly from the artist's studio to the buyer. So while we're able to remove that sort of like middleman position of handling the work, it really helps speed up the process. But for collectors who are sort of curious about warehousing options or art storage, I have a lot of experience with this and can definitely give advice on sort of a case-by-case basis.
Got it. Without trying to sound too redundant, going back to the metaverse topic a little bit, it seems like so many different art directories online or curators or anywhere you see or do art online seems to be moving towards the metaverse because it's a really interesting way of interacting with artwork and showing it and kind of being present in there. Is that also a direction maybe you guys are thinking about going in the future, kind of like tapping into this whole trend of going into VR or maybe even using augmented reality? I've seen some really cool stuff with that as well, or anything along those lines.
Absolutely. I think it's a really great way to have art be more accessible to all kinds of people who are located everywhere, right? During the pandemic, with the other art fair, we weren't able to have in-person fairs, but we did have a VR fair, which was amazing. And we had people who were signing in from all over the world to explore the works of the emerging artists who were showing with us. And it was a really, really great way to make art more accessible and to share it with a much broader audience than just the people who would have been able to attend in person.
Got it. One more question. Would you be able to purchase art through Saatchi with crypto at some point?
I'm very hopeful that that will happen soon. It's definitely on the roadmap and something that we're looking at doing.
Got it. Actually, this is the final question. What does your guys' roadmap look like for the rest of 2022, more or less? What do you guys want to accomplish or what do you hope to accomplish? How do you guys want to expand? How do you want to grow?
Yeah, I think just really increasing our focus on digital art and supporting digital artists and having NFTs be part of our offering. So that's going to mean having more drops, more curated drops. It could be with a smaller number of artists, or it could be, with an equally large number of artists. I think the other avatars might be the largest collective effort of artists to date as an NFT project. So that's really exciting. And I think it would be fun for us to push that continually. And ultimately with all of these efforts, we want to make sure that we are putting the right steps in place to achieve the ultimate goal, which is to have a fully fledged NFT marketplace that can support both NFTs and traditional physical works for artists.
Do you guys have an online community like a Discord or a Telegram or a place where people can go and chit chat?
I lost you for a second.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry. Did you?
Okay.
I'll repeat the question. Do you guys
Thank
have
you.
like an online community or a place where people can go chat, like a Discord or a Telegram, or anything along
Yes,
those lines?
we do have a Discord server. So if you're looking for the link, saatchiart.com/NFT, there's a link at the bottom to just join the Discord. And it's a really great place to interact with other art lovers and also meet the artists who are participating in this project.
Perfect. I'll put all that stuff in the description below for the episodes. People can find it. Monty, thank you for taking the time to come on the show and talk about Saatchi and NFTs and everything you guys are doing. It's really, really cool. I've checked it out. Maybe I'll go buy something myself as well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you so much for having me. I'd be happy to help if you're looking for something specific. So just let me know.
Sounds good. All right. Talk soon.
Thank you very much.